Hi everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 5, Episode 10, Rapture. So, to be honest with you, I did not like this episode that much. Like, it was okay, and it had some really interesting concepts, but I felt like it kind of fell apart towards the end. The first thing to noteworthy is this is now the second episode that come out after the movie First Contact, and this is the one that debuts the gray outfits that I mentioned in my last video. I don't particularly care for them that much. I like the vest, but like for the most part, the outfit is it's black with gray on the shoulders, and the color is on the inside. I don't have that uniform. I probably won't get one of those uniforms unless somebody gets it for me because I don't really care for it that much. But that being said, whenever like Sisko takes off the jacket, or I think it's First Contact, where Picard takes off the jacket and then it's mostly the color and then the vest is gray. I loved that. I thought that was beautiful. But for the most part, I didn't dig the uniform. And I like how they actually reference it at one point, because this episode is about Sisko, and he has like an accident basically, and he starts having visions from the prophets. And at one point, Dr. Bashir is like, "Does my uniform look different to you? Does it look brighter?" And like it's a clear reference that he's talking to the viewers, and he's like, "Look at this," and I was like, "No, didn't need that," and kind of brushed it aside. And now throughout the episode, like I said, it could have been really interesting because it starts out with Dax, Kira, and Sisko, and they get this like piece of artwork back from Cardassia, from the occupation, and it's Valhalla, I think is what it was. And it's like this painting of a city that's rumored to be myth, and it's been missing for thousands of years. And of course, Sisko ends up finding it right away. And so now everybody's like, oh, he is the emissary. Like, this is the proof. And Kai Wynn is like, you know what? I did doubt him, but now I was right. And again, like, Louise Fletcher is so good. Like, she's just the character you love to hate. And on top of like that alone could have been a great concept where it's Sisko just looking for this hidden city. But again, it gets kind of washed down by all of the back and forth, the political stuff. And then like Kasidy Yates ends up coming back, and they mentioned she was in prison for like 6 months for helping the Maquis. I would have loved like a whole episode of just Kasidy Yates coming out of prison. Like, you know what? I was just there for the Maquis, and like doesn't want to do anything. Now, Deep Space Nine is very story arc driven, so down the road we might see more of that. But you didn't get a lot of it from this first episode. It was more of just her being scared for Sisko, where it's like, I was just in prison for 6 months. Like, forget you and your hidden city. I like the Klingon proverb of "you can't loosen a man's tongue with root beer." It kind of reminded me of Star Trek, the sixth movie, The Undiscovered Country, where it's like the ancient Vulcan proverb, only Nixon could go to China. So I liked that. It's just kind of a funny little tongue-in-cheek thing. And then Kai Wynn, the best part about this episode was when Kai Wynn just finally kind of snaps just a little bit, and she's like, she's talking to Kira, and she's like, you are a freedom fighter, and you think you are the only one to do stuff. Well, guess what? Cardassia locked up anybody that praised the prophets, and I was in prison for 5 years, and I was beaten every day. So trust me, you weren't the only one to stand up for your beliefs. And it's like, wow, Kai Wynn just got like so much deeper as a character, because you always just think of her almost like a nun. Like, she's just like in her little convent, just like throwing shade at people, but no, she was actually in prison as well. So that I liked. It made her character a little bit deeper. Throughout the episode, it's okay. Finally, we get to that point where Sisko, his visions are going to kill him, and Dr. Bashir can give him surgery that will help him, or he'll die. And it ends up being Jake's call, and even Kai's like, he made the wrong call, because Jake decides to save his father, and Kai Wynn would have rather have him just kept getting these visions. And because of this, Bajor was about to accept the Federation terms and join the Federation, but like the crazy Sisko that's seeing visions runs in, is like, don't do it. And so now Bajor's like, never mind, we're going to listen to that guy. So now Sisko's in all sorts of trouble. Like I said, overall, this could have been a great episode. Maybe if it had been a two-parter, because a lot goes down in this episode. Like, I would have loved to have seen more of Kasidy. I would have loved to have seen more of Kai Wynn. And I would love to have seen more of Sisko, like, kind of separating Bajor from the Federation. There a lot happens in this 45 minutes, but it's a good episode. It's just not great. So for those who have seen this one, what did you think about all of those plots put together in a blender? What did you think about them together? What do you guys think about the new uniform? I've said in the last video, I said in this video, I don't really care for it, but what do you guys think? Did you think it's the greatest uniform ever, or do you? I personally, I just don't think it has enough color. I'm a colorful person, if you can't tell from all the stuff behind me. I love color. So go ahead, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for Darkness and the Light.